check out that view this morning. It is absolutely beautiful. We're leaving my house, but we got to go launch the boat. I appreciate you tuning in to another fishing video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Well, we've launched the boat. Check that out. Here in Orange Beach, Alabama. Well, sun tie up and get going. Can't complain at all. Let's take our Nomad Squidtrex. This is one of the new colors. This is a Squidtrex 110. Have it tied up with some 50-pound fluorocarbon leader on a Nomad 7-foot 4-inch, 30 to 50-pound class rod, 6,000 Shimano, and 30-pound braid. Cast that out, see if we can jig it around this platform. It's about 55 to 60 feet here. So I'm gonna let it fall down near the bottom and then we'll jig it up through the water column. Felt like something tried grabbing it just now. Drop it back. Oh, something did. Something did try grabbing it. Dang, man. What is that? Oh no. Ah, it took me into the structure. Or did it just come unhooked? No, it took me into the structure. What the heck was that, man? Oh man, that was big. Got something. Not very big. Spanish. Awesome. Nice Spanish. I may throw the bucktail out. Spanish mackerel and the Squidtrex. Put them in the cooler. I don't think that thing could have bled anymore. Good gracious. Well, that was a mess because he was hooked in the gill. But we did get a Spanish. I'm gonna go up here with the bucktail jig and try to get us a good bit. It's a 1/2 ounce Spro bucktail jig and that white glow color with some 50-pound fluoro leader. Pretty much catch anything on this, but it's a great Spanish jig. Well, I like to let it sink. Spanish kind of hang in the upper part of the water column, so you don't have to let it sink all the way. Now halfway, and then I'm gonna jig it pretty fast. See, like that. I mean, that was pretty textbook. Cool. I mean, you couldn't have got any more textbook than that. Another nice Spanish mackerel. On the bucktail jig. Trying to get them in the cooler so they're not bleeding everywhere. But that's a Spanish mackerel. At least here in the United States, that's what those are. They're a little different in other places, but that's our Spanish. So we're gonna get over here to try that again. I mean, that was like pretty instant. Here we go, bucktail jig, sink about halfway. Mackerel are fast. They can chase lures fast. You see how quick I'm jigging that? You are allowed 15 a person in Alabama. There's no minimum size limit in Alabama. I know in Florida there is a minimum size, but I fish mostly Alabama. That's where we are right now. And there's another Spaniard. Spanish mackerel, baby. Boom. These are decent size ones too. Decent size. Let's get you in the cooler, close that, cast back out. You always want to check your leader too. I use 50-pound and it seems to work really well. If the water's ultra clear, you may want to downsize, but I never use anything less than 30 for Spanish. And I don't really use wire for Spanish mackerel. It seems to deter a lot of bites, but everyone's different. They have excellent eyesight. seem to be hanging right in that shade, and I think that's where a lot of the minnows are, the rain minnows and little glass minnows. Keep on keeping on here. Spanish mackerel's really good when fresh and iced down properly. It's good sashimi, ceviche, fried, grilled. It's not bad at all. Love me some fresh Spanish. Now, I've had the Spanish mackerel that's actually in Australia, which are much bigger than the ones we catch, and they're a different species too. They're the barred Spanish mackerel, and those are phenomenal. Fish we catch here are very similar to those or king mackerel in size. So, different waters, but similar fish. And we don't really have Cero mackerel up this far. I mean, there may be one. I've never caught one or seen one. But we have plenty of these Spanish macs and king macs. There it is. That's a Spanish, that's a big one. It is a Spanish, and it is a big one. Ow. These are good ones here. This is an April time Spanish mackerel size. See that? So we can get, oh, come on. Get them in the sunlight here. Well, now the cloud's over the sun, but check that out. They have some serious teeth on them. But that's our Spanish mackerel here off the coast of Alabama and in the northern Gulf. Keep on fishing. Quickest way to turn a white jig red, catch a mackerel on it. We're officially in the spring season when those are shown up in those numbers like that. We're officially there. Find that 70-degree plus water temp and bait, and the pelagics show back up. There you are. Get it away from the dolphin. This one feels weird. Oh, because it's a little guy. I'll let that one go. The little fella. Oh, see? Nice, easy release. Mackerel don't release well. So if that one was bleeding everywhere and hooked bad, would have kept it. But it wasn't. So I got to go back. Oh, yeah. That one's about the size we've been catching there. Man, I'm telling you, all you need is a bucktail jig, Nomad spinning rod, and you can have a good time. Yeah, that's another good one. Bring you over, bud. And we're gonna throw them in the cooler. I'm trying to get them in the cooler quickly so they don't bleed everywhere. And then I'll brine them down with salt water before we leave. But when the getting's good, you want to keep on casting because the bite can shut off instant. I mean, if they decide not to feed anymore, or if something changes, that bite gets shut off quick. Or they move. See, I reel it and jig it just to where it's below the surface. And then free spool it, let it fall. And then rinse and repeat. And you see those fish have no hesitation grabbing it. I guess we got to make another drift. There you are. Another good fish. Got it on the fall too. Yeah, another Spaniard. Pretty thing right there. Man, those are good ones. What I'm gonna do is pour a whole lot of salt water in here and mix it with my ice after I get a few more. And, oh, close that. And that'll be a nice fresh ice brine. Firm up that meat a lot. Check that out. Jig practically has no more hair left, but it keeps on working. And what I do need to do, cut off that frayed portion This is a quick way to lose your jig or lose a fish and retie. With 50-pound fluoro and mono, I use a 4-wrap uni knot. So instead of doing 5 wraps like I'll typically do, or 7 wraps like I'll do with braid, I do 4. Never have an issue with it so far. Real easy to do, y'all. Do the same thing from a pier, from the jetties and the seawall and the beach. You can catch those Spanish all over. Very fun fish to catch. Oh! Gotcha. Gotcha. Might be able to get a limit here if I keep on fishing. Hitting it while the getting's hot. The thing about Spanish mackerel too is you don't need real heavy tackle. I mean, bass tackle works just fine for Spanish mackerel. You know, if you do end up getting like a big king or a jack crevalle to hit it, because sometimes that'll happen, you may be a little underpowered, but for just jig fishing like this, inshore rod or bass tackle, I'm gonna make sure I don't hit myself, but all that works. I like braided line too, but it's not a necessity for this type of fishing. Pretty textbook of fish. Find the shade. I always like to hang out in it. Oh! Oh man, they're so fun to catch. So fun. Oh, shiny thing. Come on, you. Oh, and he came off. Played him a little too much. Or played with him a little too much. I could probably stay and catch a limit. Actually, I know I could. I got a decent amount, and I'm actually getting really hungry. I didn't bring any food out. I'll probably ice those fish down and head back. But I don't want to end it on a lost fish. See if we can bring one more into the boat. Oh, yeah. Bring you in. Boom, gotcha. I don't know, I kind of want to keep on casting. These things are fun, but I mean, you can catch them year round, but right now it's just like prime time for them. Oh my gosh, blood everywhere. Thought you were going to be clean. Shoo! Look at that jig, and it's still catching fish. That thing's seen some work. Maybe one more cast. Just cause. It's fun. It's hard to leave them biting. Oh, I don't think that was a Spanish. Now this is, but that first thing wasn't. It's a good one there. Bring you to the back of the boat. Oh, that's the best one of the day, I think. Get you in the cooler. That's a mess load of fish. And look, they're chewing, even with there hardly being any hair on it. No, they have scales. They're very, very small, and they're messy. So it's good to have a towel or my Mossy Oak t-shirt here. The heck? This one's acting weird. Oh, now he's fighting. Wasn't before. Now you're pulling. Why are you acting all weird before? Easy with the single hook and the cooler, and you can get right back to it. That's why I like using the jigs. Treble hooks with those fish Ooh. Oh, I gotta find a time to call it quits here. Oh, but how can you? It's every cast. If I had a bigger setup, I'd freeline one out. Maybe King would come eat it. Another one? Yep. Oh, I think I'm gonna call it quits on that. Have to tell myself stop because I'm ready to go in. I still got a long ride ahead. Jig out. There we go. Put this up here. Get ready to go. Gonna fill my bucket up with some water. Salt water. Okay. And now I'm gonna pour that salt water in there with my ice.
Hey, what do you need? I'll pass it on to them. I say maybe out.
There we go. Be about 50-50 or 1-to-1, same thing. And it's gonna, yeah, radio chatters a lot, but it's going to get them nice and ice down. Oh, feels good. But it needs to be salt water. So salt in there just brings down that temp. There. Now I'm gonna clean the boat and head back. Yo, everything's iced down. Got a little wheezy per se. I think just staring down at the brush for a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna head back to Orange Beach. Wasn't too far of a ride here. It's shorter leaving out of Fort Morgan, but you also have that long drive down the road. So when I only live like a mile from the boat ramp in Orange Beach, burn a little bit of boat gas, but you know, it's just a trade-off. But there's numerous ones of these natural gas platforms out here. And then you have the pier, you got the jetties, but at the jetties, the water was pretty dirty and fresh with that tide rushing out, so I needed to find some warmer water, and we did and got on them. I could have stayed, and I could stay here and limit out with 15 fish, but I got enough to take home and clean. So I'm gonna tuck everything away, turn on some music, and head back to the ramp. Y'all, we just got back under Perdido Pass and going to load the boat up here at Boggy Point, Alabama, or Boggy Point boat launch here in Orange Beach, Alabama. So I'm gonna put everything down, focus what I'm doing, but I hope you enjoyed this fishing episode. Oh, look, the dolphins are right here. I don't know if y'all will be able to see them or not. They're right there. But anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Very simple type of fishing. Like, you don't have to have a boat to do that with the Bucktail jig for Spanish mackerel. But if you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoyed this content and want to see more and keep up with the channel, it'd be awesome if you smash that subscribe button down below. The channel's constantly growing, and it's just amazing to be able to share all these experiences with y'all. I'm constantly learning stuff, but I also like to share my tips and tricks with y'all, so maybe you can take something back with you and catch more fish. All of our partners and sponsors, and I'll try to link what I use down in the video description here on YouTube. I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us. We'll see you later.